uncage our mind. Together we face this incessant bind, challenging a past we can't erase, replacing it with hope for a better place. Another day, another dawn, another damn thing to get done. Far from home we still toil away, looking back somewhere we cannot stay, breaking the chains we cannot see. We'll either be damned or we'll be free. Oh, grab the past sharply by the throat. Our sins be damned, will bring hope, forged in the fire of a wicked end. From the ashes we find a friend, brothers in arms made along the way. Birds of a feather will fly away. Another day, another dawn, another damn thing to get done. Far from home we still toil away, looking back somewhere we cannot stay, breaking the chains we cannot see. We'll either be damned or we'll be free. Oh, what has passed is done and gone. It's time to grab the reins and move on. We'll face this world, but not alone. This new family is now my home. The day is done, so I lay down my head. Who can say what's up ahead? It doesn't matter, nothing's set in stone. And whatever may come, I'm not alone. Another day, another dawn, another damn thing to get done. Far from home we still toil away, looking back somewhere we cannot stay, breaking the chains we cannot see. We'll either be damned or we'll be free. Oh, it starts with a whisper, a seed in the mind, a doubt that grows louder, stealing your time. You're not enough, it says you'll never succeed, but I've learned how to silence that voice in my creed. I've fallen in prison, I've lost and I've gained. Every bruise on my soul is the proof that I've trained. This is me versus me, no one else in the ring, and I'm ready to fight till I hear the bell ding. I'm not perfect, but I'm perfectly flawed. Every step that I've taken was worth every scar. I'm done with the fear, the lies in my ear, the shadows that kept me bound year after year. Now I see the light breaking through the rain, turning every doubt into strength, breaking chains. Breaking chains, I'm rising up strong, turning all my doubts into fuel for this song. They can't hold me back, I've claimed my name. The voice in my head will never be the same. Breaking chains, I'm free to believe in the power within, in what I can achieve. This is my fight, my story, my reign. I'm breaking chains, I'm breaking chains. You've gotta lose to learn, stumble to climb. A doubt that grows louder, stealing your time. You're not enough, it says you'll never succeed. But I've learned how to silence that voice with my creed. I've fallen and risen, I've lost and I've gained. Every bruise on my soul is the proof that I've trained. This is me versus me, no one else in the ring. And I'm ready to fight till I hear the bell ding. I'm not perfect, but I'm perfectly flawed. Every step that I've taken was worth every scar. I'm done with the fear, the lies in my ear, the shadows that kept me bound year after year. Now I see the light, breaking through the rain, turning every doubt into strength, breaking chains. We're gotta lose to learn, stumble to climb, face the darkest moments to find the shine. I've doubted myself, let the fear dictate, but now I see doubt, it's just love and debate. The voice isn't my enemy, it's my chance to prove I can grow, to rise and advance. I've seen the bottom, now I'm reaching the top, and the climb doesn't end till my heartbeat stops. So bring the doubts, bring the storms and the pain, I'll turn it all into strength unchained. Breaking chains, I'm rising up strong, turning all my doubts into fuel for this song. They can't hold me back, I've claimed my name. The voice in my head will never be the same. Breaking chains, I'm free to believe in the power within, in what I can achieve. This is my fight, my story, my reign. I'm breaking chains, I'm breaking chains. You've gotta lose to learn, starts within.
Good evening, everybody. How we doing? Let's go and find something suitably terrifying while we wait. But in the process, let's go ahead and meet with the rest of the cast. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Evening, everyone.
Hello.
All right. I am in the process of looking for like something suitably eerie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eerie battle music.
No, not battle music, just to get us started.
Oh. Well, I mean, we'll need eerie battle music anyway. But.
Okay, let's
Disgruntled
see.
grunt.
First off, let's set up the sound here. And there we go. Take it away, Dungeon Daddy.
Okie dokie, give me 1 second. I'm still kind of organizing shit. Okay. So, last time, the Broken Chains had got underway to Rimbark's Rest to begin investigating the cave near the village and to find answers regarding the members of the Teeming Legion from the failed mission to scout the area. During the journey, discussions were had between the party members regarding a variety of topics ranging from lingering and bolstering faiths, the continuing mystery of Oakhart and Will's past, and taste tests of rather odd culinary delicacies from Torshavn. The day and a half worth of travel passed by with no encounters or mishaps along the road, and the party soon found themselves at the abandoned southern gates of the village. It soon became apparent just how many goblins have begun to call this small town home, with the firelight and echoing drums of celebration coming from the town plaza to the northeast. After the party hid their animals and began hunkering down for the night under the watchful eyes of a new friend to BB, Iris soon became overcome with the familiar intense gnawing in the back of her head, and in her desperation to put it at ease, began running as fast as she could to wherever this force was leading her. With the party giving chase, they all found themselves just north of the town plaza, with Iris needing to head into the abandoned tavern. After sneaking into the tavern, BB did some investigations of her own, asking Iris for a bit of blood for some incantations to peer into her physiology. With those questions answered, Six and Iris began scoping out the tavern with the rest of the party on guard, watching over the nearby goblins. The pair then made their way up to the second floor of the tavern while being invisible, before hearing an eerily familiar voice enter their heads. As the pair turned around, the furniture of the tavern began to come to life as they stood face to face with a distinctly dead-looking Dizzy staring directly at them.
Six is frozen, staring back.
Holy.
Dizzy's eyes kind of narrow at you, Six.
And she'll just
You
kind
have
of
a
like,
pet.
sorry, she'll just kind of like
Sorry.
subtly shake her head, but like not looking away.
Her eyes kind of narrow, and she'll walk up to you and kind of look you over. How shaken would you say you are? Mechanically speaking, would it be enough to trigger?
Not a fear response, but a stunned response. Like mechanically, she's stunned.
Mechanically stunned. All right, let me. One second. Stunned. Okay.
We are still on the town map, by the way.
Hey, I'll move you guys in a second. Let's see. Dizzy kind of walks up to you, her eyes kind of narrowing. She hasn't aged a day, nearing 10 years old. The heavy burns and opalescent glowing across her right side, and most of her lower body. The dress, now usually up to her knees, is now closer to her thighs, having been burned away. You can see the blood soaked into the left side where you had cracked her ribs. The broken orbital socket as her eyes kind of narrow. You have such a bad habit of leading people down the wrong path. And she'll make an attack roll against you. Considering you agreed to be stunned,
Yep.
you automatically fail the strength save as she uses Forged Heart and punches you dead in the chest.
Yep, that'll send me 15 feet back, whichever direction you send me.
All right. 1 second. I gotta. Okay.
Battle music?
Yep, trigger battle music, and I'm going to roll damage.
Hola.
Hello.
Bird buddy.
And I should be, yeah, I'm in streamer mode, so I don't know why that went off.
You take 10 bludgeoning damage and are knocked 15 feet back, which is enough to shove you out of the window and have you fall 10 feet to the ground.
Okay. Let me get this music up.
I need everybody to roll initiatives while she is doing that, and I will get you guys over to the battle map. For clarification, the quote-unquote building to the right, where you see Iris, this visage of Dizzy, and Six now outside, that is actually mechanically the second floor, which is accessible here.
Okay.
And now I'll actually draw a little. Ooh, that color should appear nicely. That'll work. Okay, that's how you guys get to the second floor. Yeah. Sorry, so folks, still trying to get HPs set for these creatures. Come on, fucking.
Okay, so I take the 10 from the hit, right?
Yep, 10 from the punch and forged heart. And I think, do you have slow fall?
I do.
Then yeah, and it's just, then if you use slow fall, it would just be the damage from the punch as you kind of get smashed into the tree, and you kind of grip onto the bark as you slide down and kind of slump onto the ground.
6.
Orange. Sorry, folks. Thought I had everything set up. I had just about everything with the exception of hit points. Okay. All right. So. Where'd the torn order go? There it is. 6, I still need your initiative.
Ah, right. I totally forgot to bring up my dice roller. I had everything ready but that.
Not 20 for Ruby. Okay. Iris 22. Let me get the initiatives for these two folks.
You know what? Yeah, that actually tracks. I nat 1 for a 10.
Oh!
Hold on, you nat 1 and you still got the same initiative as me?
Yes.
I'm gonna go cry now.
Oh. Oh, poor Liz. Alright, so sort, if I'm not mistaken. Oops, I forgot to put it in 6s. Yeah. Oh, wait, what is that? Ah, I'm clicking the wrong button. Okay. 6. Okay. Top of the order. Iris, you're up. You are currently frightened, and the intense gnawing sensation is scrambling your psychic radar, and 6's deceased younger sister is staring back at you. What do you do?
You said I'm frightened, right? Oh shit.
Yep, you are under the frightened condition.
I think the Iris is gonna go over to the window and see if 6 is okay, because
Are you going to use your action to look or bonus action?
Considering the threat's right in front of me, most likely it's gonna be a bonus action, just to see, like a quick look out the window, basically.
All right, go ahead and give me perception at disadvantage in the not only the fear but the lower light of the situation.
Too bad it was a disadvantage. The first one was a nat 20. Uh, uh, perception. So that's an 18.
18. Okay, that is enough. As soon as you kind of back up, which you can move your token,
Yep.
you can see the impact of Six's body against the tree. Some of the bark has been scraped down. You can look down. You can see her slumped over, coughing. But she's, for the most part, okay, other than the fact that she got launched out of the second floor.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna be pretty sore tomorrow from that, but I'm otherwise fine.
And she's going to look back at Dizzy as what the hell is going on here? And then she remembered that she did not put mage armor on like she normally has because she felt safe. So she's gonna cast mage armor on herself because you feel
Okay.
just preparing for the worst.
All right.
So-
Do you move up or down along that wall at all? Because you can't willingly move towards Dizzy.
I'm guessing probably I'm gonna have to go right in front of the window, but she's just gonna like ready herself for whatever comes next.
Alrighty.
All right.
So you're under the effects of mage armor. You have seen 6. They are intact, but definitely caught off guard. With that, Vale, you are up. You just got, you just finished checking on the animals through your new ally, and you can see just past Ruby, who is looking into the main room, frantic. Just past Ruby, there is a barrel that has sprung to life. The wood is cracked open. You can see large maw and fleshy tendrils kind of holding it up like legs as it's getting ready to move closer to you two. What do you do, Vale?
Well, Burberry is going to be like, shit balls, and then and then bring up their mage armor as well. That's my action. I'm currently actually going to stay put in terms of movement, though. So they're gonna like call on like the various bones and dirt and whatever they can use as armor.
Okay. As you due to the rotted floorboards, you are able to muster up a little bit of small animal bones that have long been beneath this tavern. But you use a little bit of the bones that you have on you to begin to form up into your mage armor. Do you have any kind of bonus action you want to do?
I think honestly everything else that I can use, I want to save for the moment.
Okay. With that, Ruby, you're up.
Okay.
You can hear the barrel beginning to spring to life as Vela sprung into action, preparing themselves. Directly in front of you, about 15 feet, a bookcase. Some of the books have spilled out but are still attached by flesh, and you can see what looks like a humanoid figure flop out of it as the bookcase begins to bend. The head turns. You can see the mouth of this mimic is actually along the back of this creature, of this humanoid form. No eyes across this humanoid figure. In the back, further away, you can see a couch. The entire portion of the seat cushions has sprung up, its short little stubbly legs beginning to shuffle. Just to your southeast, right next to Liz, the bear rug that had been abandoned here is up, almost imitating the bear itself still, as a large mass of flesh and riddled with eyes and a large mouth occupies the belly. And further away near the stairs, you can see which one is that? You can see an armoire the doors have swung open, and similarly to the bookcase, has some kind of a humanoid figure crawling out of it. The mouth is actually in the back of the armoire on the inside. You're up.
Have we been noticed yet?
Yes, you are all noticed.
Fantastic. Oh. Oh. Would you say Eldritch Blast makes sound?
I mean, it is a kind of a force, so at least the impact would.
It does. Unless you have the I think it's a meta magic that makes your casting quiet.
Yeah, subtle cast.
Yeah, I think it is still a verbal somatic, so it would make noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we already have 6 here, so sound is going to be made anyway. Sorry. Am
Not
I wrong?
Not wrong.
Yeah. So we're going to just go ahead and do a healthy Eldritch Blast on
Okay.
Mr. Red.
Mr. Red onto the large barrel. Okay, go ahead and make your attack rolls.
Ugh. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm not panicking anymore. So 8. Yeah, 8. 8.
8 force damage. Okay. You only get the one beam, so as you cast Veil, as you're finishing up your mage armor, you see Ruby has sprung into action, ignoring the barrel just to her south. As she reaches out, that same sickly blast of dark green energy shoots out of her hand, impacting some creature as it lets out a guttural, terrifying roar of pain, and the whole body of this mimic, this fleshy humanoid mimicry, turns as the bookcase face turns to face you, Ruby.
I didn't hit the bookcase, I hit the barrel.
Barrel, apologies, mix that up. So yeah.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and do which one's my bonus action one again? I'm pretty sure it's the sword, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Shadow sword.
Okay. So sorry. Yeah. So for clarification, she actually hits the barrel, which is actually kind of your worst nightmare when you think about it. As this barrel that was full of liquor is now a mimic as it stares you down, the roar of pain from the impact scorching a portion of the wood. Veil, you can watch as the dark green energy shoots across Ruby's body into her other hand as a sword just appears out of nowhere from the shadows of the tavern. It has that same green glow.
I'm gonna stay near Bird Buddy, and then I have to go really fast, so be right back.
You're fine. Will, you are up. At this point, the furniture has come to life. You are investigating the goblins, so that first goblin that's right near the porch has immediately turned his attention towards the tavern, but he can't. He's kind of trying to peer through the windows, trying to discern something. You can see all this furniture being spring to life, with the exception of the barrel mimic. And you heard what sounds like shattered glass come from the second floor.
Well, that's just fucking great. And he immediately threw the rotten apple at the stomach of the stomach mouth of the bear rug mimic.
So, okay, I gotta ask, are you using this as your action?
Yeah, honestly, just to distract it for a bit.
Alright, if you're using it as a form of a distraction, not necessarily an attack,
I have a request. May I have advantage on my roll?
we'll see.
Okay.
Go ahead and... I would say persuasion as you try to bait, as you use your action to try and bait this large bear rug.
You said persuasion?
Persuasion.
Would a 17 work?
That would work considering a mixed wisdom is only +1 for a modifier, and it rolled a total of 4. So Liz, as you step back from this rug that had just tried to grab you, you watch as this bear, the eyes along the stomach staring up at you, the whole figure begins to turn and look at Will. Given the disparity of Will's persuasion and the pseudo wisdom save, the wisdom check, it is enough to invoke advantage, Liz. Will, do you have a bonus action movement?
I could move right here.
Trying to use yourself as bait amongst the three mimics.
Yeah.
Okay. Any kind of bonus action, or are you just gonna call it there? Because I believe you have an ability you can use. Or are you gonna save it?
Do you think I could use Mark Weakness?
You can certainly try. Drop it into the chat for me on Roll20 so I can get a reminder of what it does.
Okay. I think I sent it.
Just click the little, if it's a feature, just click the little speech bubble. There you go. So make an
Sorry,
intelligence.
it was delaying a bit.
It would be an action.
Right. Okay. Sorry,
Okay.
I forgot. Been a while.
No worries. All good. Yeah, it's been a few minutes, a good amount of time since we've had some combat. With that, we will jump over to the form of Dizzy, staring down Iris. You know. And as she begins to get closer, the gnawing begins to intensify. Just give up. I might just let them live. She will make a monk attack against you and expend a key point to do flurry of blows. That is a...
I am going to cast shield as a reaction.
Ooh, okay. Use your action to cast shield to up your AC by 2, correct?
5.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find it on here.
Yep, plus 5. Until the start of your next turn. Okay. Very nice.
This is pure like instinct. She puts her hands up and the magic will just cascade in front of her like it like.
Alrighty. Let's see here. So that is 17. Where's the stats for this form? As a 17 plus 5 to hit, 22.
Just barely hits.
Okay. That is a 4 plus 5 for 9. That'll miss. Ooh. That is a natural 20 for 25 on the third hit.
Well, I'm down.
We'll see. Do you... math. Hold on. So, oh, God damn! I'm just bonking it today. 2, 7, 8, 25 damage.
Again, 22 hit points.
Righty. You are knocked unconscious as you just feel an uppercut into the stomach, another shot across the jaw after Dizzy breaks through your shield spell. You can feel the magic that you had built up against yourself beginning to fade. And it's almost as if that gnawing station is trying to keep you conscious as you feel the last few moments what feels like flesh engulfing the top of your head. You are under the Psycho Mimic's adhesion trait. And as you lose the as you lose consciousness, give me an intelligence check, not a save. Intelligence check.
Intelligence check. That is a 16.
16, okay. As you begin to feel your body beginning to get dragged along the floor, that bit of that bit of flesh clinging to your head, the gnawing intensifying, you get a flash of a memory. Bright, what feels like you're floating in bright, clean liquid. You feel a lot smaller as what looks like 2 shadowy figures are looking into it. You hear a familiar voice. You hear your mother. She looks so beautiful. And that'll be Dizzy's turn. Next up, the Mimics. Let's see here, movement speed, 15. Well, the barrel and the bookcase are going to move up to you, Ruby, and they're each going to make an attack.
Yay.
That is a dirty 20 to hit and a 12 to hit.
Well, the one hits. So.
First one hits. Okay. All right. So you watch as the barrel mimic, as it charges forward, trying to get up to you. It still hasn't quite shaken off the Eldritch Blast as you lift your foot just in time as this appendage swings out towards your leg. But in your haste to dodge that, you get a clock across the jaw.
Hey, John.
And yeah.
The thing. Hang on. Let me DM you.
Okay.
Yes, we are fighting the thing very good, V.
Thanks, Angel.
That was just. Do you have a flavor for that?
I know what it's supposed to look like.
Okay, well, if it does trigger, I'll keep that in mind. Because it's more that some of your abilities channel through that, not necessarily that it has an effect itself. But you take 5 bludgeoning damage as a book smashes into your side of the side of your face, and you can turn just in time to see this tendril pull the book back up into position back out of the shelf.
How much damage?
5.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
The bear now having its focus on will move up. It will trigger attack of opportunity at advantage, Liz, if you want to take it.
Okay. Ooh, I need to turn on my light. I'm blind. It's too dark. I can see. Alright, so 17?
17 hits.
Cool. Cool. How does 11, no, 12 total sound for the hit?
12 total. Just hits.
No. The attack was 17 to hit.
Oh, the damage total.
The damage total is 9 plus 3.
Nice. Good job. 9 plus 3, so 12. Okay. As you take this moment, Liz, you unsheath your sword and immediately slash up across the bear's back, and you see as you cut through the fabric, flesh kind of begins to bubble out, and you can see a couple eyes beginning to peer back at you as it moves closer to Will. That being said, all 3 of these guys will get an attack against you, Will. The bear and the armoire have advantage because they are both flanking.
What exactly is an armor again?
Closet.
Okay.
Let's see. So for the bear's attack, that's not fucking great. That is only a 12 to hit.
Okay.
Does that hit or no?
No.
Okay. The armoire, it rolled 2 15s for a total of dirty 20, so that'll hit, I believe.
Yep.
And then the couch nat 20s.
Okay.
All right, so you take 7 bludgeoning from the armoire. So as you kind of back up, keeping your eye on the bear, you feel a quick shot against your kidney as you turn to face this armor that's come up behind you. The couch's tongue shoots out and slaps you across the face, getting that critical. And that'll be a total of 8 after crit because it rolled a 1 on the damage. So in total, you took 8
damage.
plus 13 damage.
Still kicking.
You got lucky as shit on that crit, though.
Yeah. That being said, the mimics are done. 6, you are up. You just got launched out of the window by your dead sister. And as you're beginning to refocus, you can hear the impacts of her fists against Iris, and Iris's body slumped to the floor.
And she'll kind of like give that sidelong nod of, huh? She's good. Shit, it's harder to fight. I'll, get up and dust myself off. Is there a way that I can climb back up into the window using my movement speed?
It's only 10 feet. What's your movement speed?
Oh, like
30?
35, 40? Hang on.
30,
Let me look. 40.
40. Okay. I would say if you want to use your bonus action to make an acrobatics check to get up with a little bit of a sacrifice to your movement, you can.
I'm a free runner. I'm a Skywalker.
Yeah, that's fair. Never mind. Just give me a straight acrobatics check as part of your movement.
Can absolutely do that. Okay.
I would like to say she's not a Skywalker as in Lucasfilms. It's just a different word for free runner.
Yeah. One who skywalks, running along like rooftops and shit. All right, so let's see. Acrobatics. Yeah, I can do that. One sec. That's 19 plus 6 for a 25.
John, we forgot something.
What?
He wasn't able to move when I took the opportunity attack.
Oh, it has Sentinel?
I have
Or
Sentinel,
you have...
yeah.
Okay. Well, that doesn't really change too much with the exception of its position, because
he also wouldn't have gotten advantage.
That's right.
It's my fault for not saying anything, but...
The armoire rolled double 15s, so it would have hit anyway.
Okay.
That being said, the only thing... the couch just nat 20'd. It didn't have any kind of advantage or anything like that. That being said, the only thing that is retconned is just the bear's position. Okay, but back on track. 6, you kind of dust yourself off. In a somberly proud moment, given what just happened to you, as you look up, you can see a portion of the windowsill from the first floor is kind of shaken slightly, exposing a little bit of extra stone. As you run up and push your foot to it, you then grab the top window and muscle yourself up. Because you don't have the wall run ability, you'll still expunge 10 feet of movement to get up to the window.
That's fine.
But you have 30 feet. You are now face to face with your sister. Again, you can see that from her left hand, about the mid forearm, it kind of shifts into flesh, and where the flesh meets Iris's head, it's a disturbing mimicry of a partially burned hopper, Dizzy's stuffed purple rabbit teddy bear that's clinging to the top of Iris's head as she's turning to head out the door.
When we were kids, we used to try to scare each other with the most horrifying monsters we could think of. That's pretty scary, Dizzy. But I've got a better one. Me. And I'll deck her.
Okay. Do you remember that mechanic we discussed?
I don't, but hit me.
It was summoning the will to hit Dizzy.
Okay, so what you need me to roll?
Wisdom save.
Okay. Me. Sorry. Oh, like while I have two instances of opera running, like one of them, or rather both of them, get really laggy.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And so what's the DC?
Can't tell you.
Well, 23.
That'll do it. Make your attack roll. use any effects that you wish to.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna throw in my own forged heart here. So let's go with a 19 for the first hit.
That hits.
Let's see. Christ, it's been so long since we had a fight. How many times do I attack? 3 or 4?
3. You get your 4th attack when you hit 5. When you hit
That's
level
right.
5.
That's right. Okay. So let's go with all fucking 3. A flurry of blows that shit.
Okay.
So, second hit is a 21. And third hit is a 16.
Well, 16 plus.
It's 12 plus 4. No, excuse me. I'm
12
rolling the fucking wrong thing. Hang on. That should be plus 6. So, that 16 would actually be an 18. The 21 would actually be a 23. And the 19 is actually a 21.
All 3 hit.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and give Dizzy a strength save.
Yeah, I thought that I had put it to plus 6. It's still at plus 4 for my wisdom save.
Okay. That is. Let me pull up.
Yeah, but I'll need that strength save as well.
That is a total of 7.
That's not enough. She goes flying too, and takes an additional 3d6 of damage. And let's see, is she?
It's 2. It's 2d6 of damage for forward chart.
You're right. Excuse me.
Yeah.
2d6. So total of 3d6 for that particular hit. Christ. Fuck. So the first one is a 9 damage. You know what? That's the one I'm gonna send her flying with. So, an additional 2 for 5, and another 9. So 18 plus 5, 23.
18 plus 5. Yes.
That's for the first hit. Then another 5 for the second. What the hell is it with the 9s and 5s? Okay, my damage went 9, 5, 9, 5, 9.
9.
Okay, so for the first hit, that was the initial 9, I was the 18 plus 5, and then a 5, and then a 9. So 23 plus 14 damage.
Okay.
37? Nice.
Mhm.
And if I recall,
as you-
let's see here, on a failed
Knock
save,
15 feet back.
knocked 15 feet back. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was proned or not. Carry on.
No.
Thank you.
Let me just double check that. Yeah, just 15 back, not prone. So as you lunge forward out of the window, you immediately catch Dizzy into the jaws, sending her flying back against the opposite wall. You rush up and get 2 more body shots as her body kind of slumps slightly. You can see now that the eye that was in the damaged orbital socket that you had damaged that day has fallen out, and you can see tears beginning to well out of the tear ducts as she kind of reaches up for it and begins to push it back into place. Why do you insist on doing this to me again?
Wisdom save?
It'll use a wisdom. It'll It'll use a legendary action to reinvoke its fear on you.
For a 20
What'd
total.
you get?
16 plus 4.
20. Okay, that saves.
You're not her.
And with that, you'll see a slight grin coming from the burn side of her face. It was worth a try, but it won't save them. Liz, you're up.
Forgive me if you hear the dog scratching at the door in the background. I told him he had to wait. Anyway. Well, seeing as I forgot about Sentinel, I was going to do a different thing. I can't see what's going on over here, right? Bird Buddy and them.
What's your passive?
Not
I would
high.
say-
Hang on.
I would say, if anything, if it's above 10, you would hear the noise of the commotion going on.
But I wouldn't be able to see it, right?
Yeah, you'd have to
Okay.
physically turn.
When I say this isn't within my line of sight, there's stuff in the way, right?
You can see the bookcase peeking up past the bar, but you can't see the barrel.
I can't see the barrel? Okay. Then I'm not going to bother. I am, however, going to... Hang on. See if I got a good angle on this. Can I have an extra attack yet? Can I be level 5 yet? Because I only get 1 attack, but I'm going to go for the one that's going to hit 2. I need them to make dex saves.
Dex saves for fucking mimics is always going to be great.
Let's see. The DC is... Can you wait 5 seconds? Where's my... There it is. Come on. You know what? We're just gonna speed bubble it. Or don't ignore the roll.
Yep. Yeah.
8 plus con plus proficiency. 8 plus con. 9 plus 2, 11. So they gotta beat an 11.
Okay. Well, the bear, seeing it coming, got a 7 on its save.
Okay.
The couch that can't see past the bear got a nat 1 for a total of 2. So roll double damage on the couch.
Okay.
Or roll the damage and then double it for the couch.
I was about to say another 20.
Well, that's a 9 on the die. Because it's a d10.
Nice.
Luckily, I don't have to roll to hit. I just roll damage. So, 9 for the bear, 18 for the couch.
9 for the bear, 18 for the couch. Okay. 18 for the couch. Orange. Okay. Will, as you're getting your bell rung by the couch in the armoire, the left side of your vision, you just watch the couch ignite in flame as you hear a draconic roar coming from 6 as she just bathes the entire area in... Sorry, Liz. As she bathes the entire area in flames, dealing a hefty amount of damage to the couch. And
Nice
you kind of
torching the damn things.
and you take a quick turn to look, and you see it for the briefest of moments as her eyes that you've seen before glow the fiery reddish orange, have a hint of green for the briefest of moments.
After,
You got anything else?
I don't have anything. I don't have a bonus action that I want to use just yet. So, I am just going to say, Kepeshkai Thiasi, which means it's a shitstorm.
Well, I mean, I
And-
already said Will's comment.
Basically, she's just like, oh, what a shitstorm, and we're done.
Alrighty.
I will be deaf for like 5 seconds.
Oh, all good. Iris, start of your turn. I need a death save. Don't say it out loud. Message it to me. We're gonna introduce a hidden mechanic.
All right, that's con, right?
I believe it's just a straight 20.
Okay.
I've rarely had to do death saves in campaign 1, so let me
Death saves
Yep,
are
just-
anything above a 10 is a success, anything below a 10 is a fail. Rolling a d20.
Yep. Roll a straight d20 and message me the result. Okay. As you feel this gnawing sensation trying to will you to keep going, another flash of memory appears. Happier. You're maybe 8, sitting near the lake with your mother. You're kind of crouched over, looking down at the fish. She's trying to teach you to hunt by hand. You can feel your tail swishing. You can hear your mother's voice. Where tigresses like us always carry some darkness. But the people here, they've accepted us and are more than deserving of protection. You have to be strong. And you remember shooting your hand into the water, pulling out a fish, and immediately biting into it. You kind of look to your mom. You can feel the blood of the fish kicking across your face, smiling. She smiles back, just slight tears. And she kind of turns to look towards the village in this flashback. Vale. With this lingering connection that you've made with this raven, you hear a warning of a caw in the back of your head. Something somewhere has gone wrong. What do you do?
Well, I don't know what exactly is going wrong. Babe, I guess we're just gonna have Bird Buddy say shit fuck again. Gooch on over down to this guy and use the shovel that's at their side to go smack smack.
Okay, go with the smack. Roll that attack roll. And fun little Vale fact: she is proficient with a shovel.
Natural 20, John.
Spang!
Hell yeah!
So are we doing
Hell
double
yeah.
dice or double the roll?
Roll everything and double it.
Eat. So that is going to be
How much?
24 damage.
24 damage with a shovel?
24 damage with a shovel. Wait, no, excuse me. Sorry. The dice are, I rolled a 6, so it's 12. Okay, it's only 16, I think.
Okay,
You
I was about to say.
Because you don't do the plus.
chosen.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're good. I was about to say.
And they're gonna say bad barrel.
That's
bad.
one good shovel.
Yeah, right. Do you have any bonus actions you wish to employ?
Not at the. I still got movement, but I don't want to use it. Good wait. Wait, actually, would use making myself blind for a minute. Would that count as a bonus action?
I would say, given you got the warning, you can implement this ability as if it was your own perception check through your friend's eyes. So go ahead and give me a perception at disadvantage. Or if you actually, because if you're passive, if you want to surrender the roll and just get a quick image.
Well, considering my passive is fairly high, I think I'm just gonna go with the passive.
Fair enough. Ruby, you watch as... Fucking... Sorry. Screen went dark. You watch as the barrel mimic has begun to look up at you as it's almost impacted into the ground as a shovel appears into the top of it. And you look to see BB, and their eyes flicker red for the briefest of moments. In that moment, Vale, you see yourself swooping past a window. You can see Six standing over what looks like a dead child, but right next to the window, their hair barely sticking out past the top of the sill. You recognize that Iris is unconscious and dying.
Okay. I can't really do anything, so.
You still have some movement. I would say you still have some movement if you want to risk an attack of opportunity from the barrel. But that's about it.
I used what? 15 feet?
Yeah, 5. Yeah, 15. So you'll still have 15 more. So you'd be able to get to the doorway here.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead. I'm also going to shriek as I'm doing it. A mixture of meow and trouble, trying to get across the point that Iris is in danger.
Fair enough. Even with the intensity of the situation, just about everybody in the main room and Ruby can hear you. Let me make it.
Quick
That
question,
is...
John.
Mm-hmm.
Did the blue one attack Ruby, by the way?
Yes.
How?
There's a window. Because remember, at the end of the last session, I told Ruby there was a large window that peers past the bar.
No, I didn't put a window there. I didn't know.
Yeah, it was a small detail that really wasn't worth mentioning, just because of the angle of the map.
Fair enough. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, you're good. That is a dirty 21 to hit.
You sure?
Gonna use your reaction to force a silvery barb, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Who are you granting the advantage to for their next attack? Given your positioning, I would say you would just see everybody in the main area. And
I'm more concerned of who you said heard me.
Yeah, everybody in the main room and Ruby.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Liz, actually.
Okay. Unfortunately, with that reroll, it is still a dirty 21. It rolled a 14 again.
Okay. How much are you taking?
You are taking a whopping 6 bludgeoning damage as it kind of kicks out its back leg and hits you in the thigh as you run past.
I just shut back at it. Nope. Bad girl.
Bad girl. Jesus. Okay, Ruby, you're up. You are being swarmed, and Vale did do some damage to one of your enemies.
Okay, let me go take a peek at a spell, because I think I already know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Oh, great. Arms of Hadar.
Arms of Hadar. Drop it into the roll 20, please.
Yeah, let me go open my sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Bird Buddy's with, like, out of the 10-foot range, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then, yeah, totally. Arms of Hadar.
Alright, yep, drop it into roll 20 or send it, whatever's more convenient.
I have to remember how to do it.
There we go. Okay. Strength save. Half, 2d6 on a fail, half damage on a success. Are you upcasting it at all?
No, I am not.
Okay. Right, yeah.
Uh,
There.
D-
Uh,
doesn't warlocks upcast automatically though?
yeah. I'm farting here.
Well, stop it. That's just toxic.
Hang on, my mom's in here.
That is an 11 and a 6. They both fail.
Okay, great, cool. I'm all scatterbrained. Love that for me. How much damage do you do? Okay, 2d6. Right? I love flipping through my pages. I truly, truly do. I'm stressed. Stress is real.
Stress is real.
I'm in stress now. Oh shit. Ow, what happened? Okay. I have to pull Roll20 up on my phone. My computer just did something stupid. Oh, where are you? I'm sorry. It refreshed my screen and kicked me out of the Roll20.
All good. All good. At least you didn't make your token disappear.
Right? Oh, that would have been a time. Okay, Vidar. 2d6. So it's a 6 and a 4. 22. So 10 damage to each of them, and it's necrotic.
Some damage to each of them. Okay. Nicely done. BB, as you turn this. Oh, yeah. Bonus action. Which I think. Yeah, that with that sword, it's still bonus action to use it, right?
Yeah. Each creature in the area must take strength. And can't take reactions until its next turn. So they currently can't do reactions as well.
Yep.
Cool. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing. I'm gonna DM you what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
With my bonus action. Okay, and I will. If I back up, that means I'm. Yeah, okay. I should be fine.
Doing that to yourself?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Go ahead and roll that. Add it up. BB, as you turn to say no to the barrel mimic that had kicked you in the thigh, you see sickly black-green tendrils erupt out of the floorboard on either side of this wall. You can see them kind of coil up the bookcases. They begin to drag both the mimics into the ground, pulling life, any kind of life force out of them. And as nonchalantly out of nowhere, you see Ruby just kind of like lift their hand up as the silvery light green water just trickles into her mouth, healing herself.
Huh. So, Chad, add 2 more damage. I did my math wrong.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just 2 more.
2 more damage to the barrel. Okay.
Yeah, because I rolled a 6, we doubled that. It's +4, and then the proficiency.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. That is Ruby's turn. Will, you are up. You've got 2 mimics, one directly in front of you, one to your left, and you know that one is behind you due to Liz's roar. The couch is on fire, but nothing to really kind of spit damage back at you.
The couch is on fire.
The couch is on fire.
I
That's your
am gonna
couch.
use cunning action to move.
Cutting action dash. Okay, what you doing? Where
I
you
am
going?
moving here. And
Okay. All right. Well, as a tip, are you intending to break melee range after you do damage? Just because I wouldn't, being a rogue, to use your cunning action dash, it is meant more of a mobility thing. So if you want to like make a quick strike,
actually, never mind. I'm just gonna move.
Yep.
Then I take out the rapier, and then I stab it in the eye. One of its eyes.
Into the purple, into the armor. Okay.
Yeah, into the armor.
All right, make an attack roll. You would be aware that BB yelled, "Cat is in trouble."
Yeah.
If you wanted to use your bonus action or remainder of movement to do something else, but yeah, make your attack roll.
Yeah, I heard. Reacting.
Mhm.
I had reacted. Okay. Dirty 21.
30-21. Okay. That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage on the purple mimic.
7.
7. Okay. Okay. All right. So you draw your rapier and kind of enter a duelist stance. Your left hand tucked back into your cloak. And you make a quick strike into the mimic's eye. One of the mimic's eyes that kind of closes and wince. You can see blood beginning to just trickle out. Hearing Vale's yell of "Cat is in trouble," would that be enough to coax Will to use bonus action dash to get up
Head
into where they
upstairs?
went?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. So all right. So this won't trigger movement attack of opportunity. You have 50 movement space left, and this is where I have to explain something about second floor gridding.
Okay.
These brain. These 3 blocks. You do a draw to a rectangle. This whole section right here is technically negative space because the stairs lead to right here.
Okay.
It's just the only way we can get a second floor mapped out. So on the horizontal axis, negate 15 feet. So it'd be 15 to get to the top of the stairs. So that would give you 25 left, which, if I'm not mistaken, puts you right at the doorway of the room that the others are in. Okay. Go ahead and actually, just for map's sake, move your token over there.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, yep, so you do a quick stab into the mimic's eyes, and you immediately turn, and Liz, you can see a bit of dust kick up from Will's foot as he rockets up the stairs fairly quick, because you haven't seen him move this quick that often, as he just darts up the stairs and runs along the side of the banister. You can see him get into kind of a breach and clear stance near the wall of a door on the second floor. And thus, we get to Dizzy's turn. It was worth a shot at least. She kind of begins to step up, stand. She will use only one attack, and if it hits, it will be for a shard again. That is, let me pull up the sheets. 17 to hit.
18 AC.
All right. So as you
Monk shit.
Don't monk shit. Yes. As you watch Dizzy stand up and throw another punch into your stomach, you kind of brace yourself for it, and there's a momentary sigh. Still got such a long way to go. And she'll use Step of the Wind to break melee and not invoke attacks of opportunity. 2, 1, 15. That's negative space. you said your movement speed's 40, right? So
Yes.
step of the one would be 80. Okay. She will jump all the way. All of you, with the exception of Iris on the second floor, Six and Will, you watch as Dizzy, this small child to you, Will, turns, kind of gives a quick look at you. She just jumps, leaps off the banister, and kind of tucks and rolls onto the floor and charges across. And as she's starting to make her way towards the kitchen, her eyes turn to you, Liz. And there's a wide smile.
Great. What am I rolling?
Nothing yet, but she will shout for the bear to get out of her way.
Huh. Hooray.
So we come to the mimic's turn. 2 more attacks against you, Ruby. Because of course. Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
Up for a sec.
Does a 12 hit, Ruby? I don't believe it does.
No.
Okay. So, as you kind of drinking this trickle of light green water, as you look down, you immediately, almost on instinct, you feel like a slight push against your head as you lean to the side and the book rockets past you, missing from the bookcase mimic. And as you sidestep that and begin to look towards the barrel, you can see that you as you kind of duck under the book as it swings over your head, the book actually smacks into the barrel mimic, doing 11 damage.
Nice.
The green one will again try to move, Liz, if you're back yet. Liz is not back. Okay. So we'll move the others. The armoire.
I am here. I am here.
Okay.
Go quickly.
Okay. The bear is going to move.
Okay.
Do you take an attack of opportunity?
Of course I do.
All right, make that attack roll. You no longer have advantage.
I no longer have advantage?
But
I
yeah,
do.
because
I think BB gave me advantage?
that's right. Yes, from Sylvia Barbs.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for keeping me honest. Appreciate it.
15?
15 does hit. Go ahead and roll that beautiful damage.
Okay. Let's see. 6.
Yeah.
6.
3 plus
Okay.
I knew it was coming.
So 6 damage. So that is a sentinel. That would be a sentinel attack, right?
Mhm.
So movement is
Any-
0. So I can't.
Any attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Where do you think you're going?
As you kind of cut into the back of the bear as it's singed, the embers beginning to catch across the rug. The head of the bear turns to look at Dizzy before looking back at you, desperately trying to back away. The armoire mimic is going to use its movement and action to pursue Will. The couch, here, seeing BB towards the stairs, is going to move as well, or by the door rather, but is going to stand clear of Dizzy, using its action and movement. And it's in this moment you guys realize that with Dizzy's presence, she is in a way commanding them amongst the space. These mimics at least are being led to be smarter. As BB, you see this couch give Dizzy a wide berth. The bear is trying to step away. The armoire clunking as it crawls itself up the stairs before standing itself upright, looking at you, Will. Now, Liz, I need a wisdom save.
My dice are merciful today. Hopefully it's enough. Wisdom. 18.
18. What did I give the DC for this? That is enough. But that doesn't chase away the chill up your spine as you see Dizzy turn, yell for the bear to move. And she begins to rot rather quickly into this massive flesh before the flesh begins to expand wider, becoming rectangular into this larger open space well to the second floor. You see as this creature uses Fearful Change as a legendary action. Dizzy is gone. And in her place is a large prison cell. Dark black stone reinforced in places with iron, a massive, thick brass door. And the door begins to open, and you hear struggling, dying breaths from within Liz. You recognize those breaths. Six, you're up.
Immediately sprint out of the room and passing by Will. Iris is down, fixer. And then through the hole left by Dizzy, I'll jump down. And you know I'm going full superhero landing here.
Oh, yeah.
And
remember that red area is negative space.
Okay, so about right here?
Let's see here. So you're here. 5, 15, 20. You'd have about 5 feet, so you could get about here. Unless you use Step of the Wind. Then you have an additional, 40. Because you're moving 40. So depending on where you're going, you can get 10 feet further to the left.
I've got to land first.
Yeah.
But, yeah, straight up like a superhero landing. And I'm hoping for, like, with the boards being as rotted as they are, to leave, like, a little bit of a crater. Just for that added touch.
I'll roll for that. That's a 15. They are still fairly solid. It's only been about 5 years since the city's been abandoned.
Fine.
But it's been ransacked. Really. Sorry. As you land, you realize Dizzy is gone, and there's a large, heavy stone object directly to your left.
Does that door look familiar to me?
It does. It is a maximum security cell.
Yeah. Let's see. Does Step of the Wind consume bonus action to add movement? Yes?
Yes.
Damn. Screw it. I'm gonna... Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna hit a Step of the Wind to get that extra movement in. Me burn my key here. And go for a charge right at the door for another Forged Heart punch.
Second. You're doing. All right. So the door is to the south. So you'd have to do. You'd either have, if you have enough movement to get between Liz and Six, or sorry, between the cell and Liz.
Hun.
You can get in front of the door.
Hun.
Mm.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
this one, dude.
I know the door of that cell is to the south towards Liz. It's not directly next to you.
Okay, I thought it was just like the door itself, but sure.
No, it's the entirety of the cell.
And sure, I'll place myself between Liz and the cell. And try to send this door flying.
1 second.
You can try to shut that sucker back up.
Go ahead and make that attack roll.
Alrighty. Let me actually get the right modifier here. That's a 21.
21 does. Let me just double check the AC in this form. 21 does hit.
Hell yeah. Need strength save.
Strength save. Okay. As a total of 3.
It fails the save. So it's also going to get
Okay.
shoved 15 feet back. I guess trample over its buddy there.
I'll take care
Yeah.
of that. But I do. You're adamantine, correct? Your hands are adamantine.
My hands are considered adamantine weapons, yes.
Perfect. In this form, this creature is considered a construct. Double damage.
Oh, fuck me. That'll bring it up to 40 damage total.
40 damage. Okay. Okay. What is going on with this fucking truck? So knocked 15 feet back.
Knocked 15 feet back, yes.
Okay. So Liz, as you are fighting off this chill while in contest with this bear mimic, you see that cell, the heavy brass door, the crumbled away rock near the edges, getting rid of any discernible markings. But you've heard, it's enough. The door is alone. The door alone is enough to know. And right as you're beginning to turn, you see a streak of red leather as Six steps in between and almost stops dead and twists 360, just heaves a right hook into the cell, sending it spiraling back, pinning the couch mimic against the wall. The couch mimic will not take damage. But the door slams shut. There's a fist-shaped dent in the front of it now. But Liz, in the back of your mind, you can still hear that breathing, that voice calling to you.
It's not real.
Is it my turn?
I believe so, yes.
Cool. Get out of my way. I don't care if I invoke opportunity attack. I'm moving I'm moving so that I'm not going to hit 6 with this.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yuck.
I'll take on the bear and give her the door.
All right.
How dare you use his voice? And I'm going to let off another breath weapon.
Hell yes. That is a 9 from the bear's opportunity attack.
That does not hit.
So that's not hit. I need to give this construct a dex save, which is not great in this form.
Actually, I want to see something. If I move... Come on. Go away. Hide. Thank you. The couch is within range again, and if it's pinned, I don't think it...
Yeah, it automatically fails.
Okay. So, 11.
11 damage?
No, 11 to save.
Save against. Why are you making a save?
For you, saying, what is the door? The door
Oh,
still has to make a save.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 3.
Fuck yes. 10. Rolled a fucking 10.
Hell yeah, girl. And the couch is orange and automatically fails. Okay, so 6, as the two of you kind of play hopscotch in this space, you intervene, pushing the cell back. Almost as quickly as you turn to tell her that it's fake, you see her stride past you, her eyes sparking green for a moment before turning orange. Her chest, there's a quick spark of a green as the orange and red erupts through her throat, and fire erupts, blanketing the cell and the couch behind it in more flame, dealing a decent amount of damage. Nicely done, girl.
Can I just like add the flavor that when I get out of Liz's way, there's like this moment of like where we just 360 back to back.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
You're almost moved by her wings. Like, as you're spinning, you feel her wings like touch your shoulder.
Okay. Top of the order. Iris. I need another death save. Send it to me, please. Okay. As you continue to feel that gnawing sensation, Iris, the memories are rapid over and over and over again. You first saw that pool, this ocean of light green that you were in, and you're hearing your mother's voice. You hear your mother's voice again on the lake as you were hunting. And as you get another memory, you're a bit older now, 14, 15. This is just after you remember your father passing away. Shortly after your mother had left, and it had been a while since you had heard from her. She had promised to write. But you're out hunting for your village. You hear Edmar running ducking between the trees nearby, helping you hunt game for food. And as you draw your bow, you almost forgotten how fluid your motions were as you focus in on a deer, beautiful 10-point buck. And as you release the arrow for the briefest of moment, that monster's face flashes into your head. You have to trust it. You have to. Vale, you're up.
Hey, I have a question because
Yes.
of something you said earlier in combat.
Okay.
My friend, you said it flew past the window and saw Iris, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm going to Is this door that I'm standing in front of open?
Yes. It's against the wall to your south, partially hanging off.
If I move here, can I still see the barrel?
No.
So here or here, I can still
You'd
see
have
the
to
barrel?
You'd have to stay there to see the barrel, yeah. The barrel's below the counter line of the lower wall of the window.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to. What I want to do is I'm
Okay.
going to go ahead and use my bonus action to invoke the fallen, and any enemy that I can see within 30 feet must make a strength save.
Okay. Pull up your sheet to get a reminder of what that does. 1 second, folks.
I will send it to you because it's not hard to. It's number
Okay.
9. Number 9.
Oh yeah. I don't even have the effects for each one saved. I just have the titles because I'm a terrible DM. Yeah, send it to me.
Okay, just a sec. I have it on a PDF now because I had to move stuff off of Google Docs. Here we go.
Let's see here. Within 30 feet.
Mhm.
Fucking go for it, girl. Let
Okay.
me.
And
So
that will be my
strength.
action.
Everything within 30 feet. Correct? There's no limit.
Anything of my choice within 30 feet. Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to
So
choose all the enemies that I can currently see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, folks, give me a second while I roll some fucking die. Jesus Christ, BB. All right. Strength save. That is a 15 for the barrel, a 15 for the bookcase, a 14 for the couch, a 12 for the bear, and let me get the sheet up for this because it has a different strength under this condition. Yee, that's a 7 for the cell.
Okay. If this works off of my spell save, anything 15, it's 15. So anything above or below that takes 14 damage.
It
And
is
then,
on.
and if it is above 15, they take 7.
Okay. All right. So let me mark. All right. So okay. 70 said okay. Okay. 14. Okay. Hold on. I gotta do quick math here. Sorry, folks. Okay. So the thing about thunder damage is constructs are vulnerable to it. So, as Ruby, as you are writing yourself, yeah, you can see Liz and Six back to back facing the cell and the bear, and out of nowhere you just hear a thunderous flap emanate out of BB's throat. The barrel mimic explodes, covering you in its ichor below your waist. The barrel mimic is down. The couch, not the couch, the bookcase, some of the books get knocked off the bit of tendrils that are trying to connect it to its form. The books just lay open blank. The couch, one of the cushions erupts into a plume of aged, dirty feathers. A portion of the mimic flesh in the bear explodes out just to your, directly in front of you, Six, not catching you because of the angle. And then a bunch of cracks immediately begin to form around the prison cell.
That was my bonus action.
That was your bonus
my-
action. What do you got for an action?
Damn.
That's a fucking bonus action. Excuse me.
Uh-huh. This is one of the infamous tales that she's been cycling through, and this is I think one of the first times she's able to use it in combat.
I would just like to say that right now, 6 is aroused.
Well, here's the part, John, that I would like to discuss. You said my familiar flew by around the area of the window.
Yes.
I would like to take said familiar in the window, and I would like it to land on Iris and cast Cure Wounds.
Yes! Familiar
I love-
bullshit!
Because you haven't fully synced with it yet, I will need a persuasion check. But because I love the use of it so well in this moment, make your check at advantage, please.
Oh.
Please. Please. I'm unconscious, but please.
So you said perception, right?
Persuasion.
Or
Persuasion.
persuasion. Okay, that one's only slightly less. 25 total.
25. Okay. Will, standing up on the balcony, you hear this dense crack of thunder that emanates from the kitchen, and you see BB's eyes, even at this distance, flicker red again, and you hear feathers behind you in the room. Iris, as you've been fighting off death, this gnawing sensation urging you with these positive memories, in that last moment, you had asked it, why should I trust it if it took everything from me? In the briefest of moments, as you're about to get your response, you see the words mouthed. It saved everything. And you hear feathers and frantic cawing and a dense poke into your head as a raven is now on your left shoulder, pecking into the side of your temple, healing you. Go ahead and roll the heals there, BB. Let Iris know what she gets.
Okay, I will type it in no mic. And then
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm just gonna go ahead and say I used my movement for the familiar.
Which is good, because a bird is a lot faster in the air than you are on foot.
Exactly. That's just why I took advantage of what you said.
Happy for that too.
I will send you. I will go ahead next turn. That's all I can do.
Alrighty. That is Vale's turn. Ruby, you are up. You just got your shin covered in mimic guts, and the bookcase is beginning to look fairly weak. What do you do?
Okay. How big? Can I jump through the window?
Yeah, if you want to jump through the window to get to here, you could. Yeah, it would be a
That's
simple
what I
enough
want to
fault.
do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna jump through the window, right?
Yep.
So that puts me in the same radius as the cage, the couch, and the bookshelf, right?
Let's see here. Do we do it based on centers? You got the
Hang on, I got it.
couch.
So
If you're doing Arms of Hadar, I would say the cell would have advantage on your save because it doesn't quite hit the middle of the token.
okay, can I move right here and
Get
still
up
be
on the-
within the reach? Still be within reach?
Mechanically, you would still be within reach, yes.
Okay, and that puts a little too far. So that puts everything in range?
Uh-huh.
Hentai spell! Yes, I just screamed that.
Which one are you using again?
Hentai spell.
Hentai spell.
Arms
Okay.
of Hadar.
Tentacles.
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 Let's see here. So that's
17.
strength.
Is it a roll to hit? I don't think it is.
I have to make
That's
the
a strength
saves.
save. My bad.
Yep, you're good. That is not great across the board. That is a 9 for the cell.
Fail.
A a 6 for the couch. Actually, no, because the couch automatically fails because pinned. So yeah, a 6 for the bookcase.
Fail.
Alrighty, damage. Roll damage.
Beans. How many is that? 6, right? I don't know why I think it's the same one from his last time. No, next time. So we got a 5 and a 3. So that's
5 and
1, 2, 3, 8.
5 and 3 is
damage.
8. 8 damage. Okay.
8
Let's see
damage.
here. 8
Yeah.
damage. No. Orange. Haha. I'm stupid. Ooh, orange is getting there. And then, so, what was the number again? 8? Okay.
8 damage.
let's
8
see.
necrotic damage, if that is dependent.
Okay. All right, so, Liz, you can now you see this for the first time as Ruby leaps through the window and vaults up onto the bar, and she looks almost entirely in her element before she just screams hentai spell, and black tendrils begin to crawl around the cell, the bookcase, and you can see they're trying to grab at the mimic couch in the back that's kind of peeking up in the corner as more life energy is being pulled down, cracks beginning to form into the cell as life and force just gets pulled into the earth. Do you have a bonus action?
Nah.
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 Okay. Let's see here, because this is getting tricky. Where's the turnover? I memorized it. All right. Ooh, I was really hoping to use that against you, Liz. But I don't know. It might. Okay. Will, you're up.
Do I notice that Iris is awake?
You can hear the frenzied pecking and clawing, and you can hear Iris beginning to stir. But she's still prone.
Question.
Yes.
Can I use a distraction as a bonus action?
How do you want to do it mechanically?
You know how I have bone dice on me?
Yeah.
Just something to roll before as I'm taking out my short bow.
Okay. And you're doing it as a distraction against what? The purple mimic, or?
Yeah.
I can't say it can be a distraction. That being said, because I know your Will's past and he has a fair amount, you can turn them into a pseudo call trap if you want to spread it amongst the floor between you and the mimic.
Okay. I grab 4 of the 12 and then I roll them on the floor.
Okay. All right. So I will go ahead and mark. This is, ironically enough, this is a bit of a gamble, because they have shown slightly higher intellect, but given the frenzy of it, you kind of toss them here, we'll say.
Yeah,
The mimic may or may not go around.
He's rolling to hit
But
in
you
real
do have
time.
yeah, right.
I do have one
How about a
question
little
that
game?
involves damage for said mimic that Will is currently attacking. Is this
He's
second floor above us?
no everything from right here with the left part of the red space right there is the leftmost wall of the banister where Will is.
That would be within 30 feet then, wouldn't it?
Of your spell? No, it
Yeah.
would not.
Okay.
Because 30 barely made it to the bear.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep, you're good.
How
But
about a little game?
yeah, mechanically, Will and the mimic are here and here respectively, technically speaking. So, but all right. So you got your call chops out. What you doing with your action there, Will?
I'm gonna take out another eye.
You're gonna take out another eye of. Okay. You're really try and use yourself as bait to. Okay. All right.
Well,
Go ahead and make that attack roll with your short bow.
I dropped it. You kidding me? Not a 20, but close enough.
Okay. Go ahead and what'd you get for total?
25.
25. Go ahead and roll damage. That definitely hits.
And that is a 9.
9. All right. 9 damage to the purple mimic, who's still fairly healthy considering. Alrighty. So, as you see the mouth, a little bit of eyes in the depths of this armor, this body of flesh littered with eyes, trying to pull itself closer to you. You just aim directly at the spine of where this humanoid shape would be, and you watch as the arrow sinks into it. It almost recoils in pain to the point where you see the arrow get pulled in before the flesh snaps it, and as the flesh kind of rights itself, you can still see a portion of the arrow kind of sticking out, lodged in its eye. You got movement if you want to. Otherwise,
I head into the room to check on Iris.
okay. All right. Yeah, you check it. Are you intending on moving back? Just for clarification's sake? Or are you going to stay in there?
I am just gonna check on her, see if she's okay, or at least hopefully still breathing.
Yeah.
Before going back out because there's still danger out there.
Fair enough. You run in and immediately survey of the situation. You can see the raven from the stable earlier in the night is now pecking at Iris, who is. She looks like 6 beat the shit out of her. Her eyes are a little swollen. There's a little bit of blood kind of trickling heavily out of her mouth. There's a bit of bruises forming up near her shoulder as her cloak is kind of slightly off. But she looks fine. All things considered, she's not changing her shape at all. She's definitely more feral, or her hair is bristly, but she's conscious and she is breathing.
Took a beating from a monster that took the form of a kid.
Uh-huh.
That's what Will just comments before walking back out. I was like, I'm back. Sorry, I had to check on a friend. Yeah.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Let's get back to killing each other.
Who called timeout?
Yeah, who called timeout? With that, let's see here. The cell. Let me just double check. Oh, dearie me.
Oh. No.
I need strength checks from Six and Liz, as the cell uses occupant's anger. The cell targets its victim and uses its occupant's stats to charge the targeted creature. Make a strength save DC. On a failed save, the target takes X amount of damage and is knocked prone. Because it is going to use its full movement, 6, you are in the line of fire.
That's fine.
Yeah. All of the things that
21.
failed their saves were knocked prone, by the way.
I'm sorry, what was that, Val?
With my bonus action attack thing, everything that failed is prone.
Is it? Let's see here. It's knocked prone. Okay. Yep, it is knocked prone. Let me remeasure. All right. Well, it won't move as far, but it will still be able to hit everybody. It will still be able to hit Liz and 6.
All right.
And ironically enough, the Bear Mimic too. So I need strength saves from a strength save from you, 6, and a strength save from Liz.
And no, Mike.
Ooh. Nice.
I'm sorry, that number.
Hell yeah! So that for the viewers, that is a strength save of 21 for Liz and a strength save of 26 for 6.
Natural 2.
Nat 26.
Hell yes. Let me.
The answer is no.
The answer is no, because they both definitely save. That being said, both of you are not knocked prone, but due to the occupancy, the size, you guys are moved slightly, due to the size of the cell. Nothing crazy. Especially with that fucking.
There's just
Nat 20.
grooves where our feet are in the floor.
You wanted to shatter some wood. I got you, sweetie.
Instead of grooves for me, it's like claw
Hey,
marks.
yo.
All right, so both of you saved, so you both take 8 bludgeoning damage as this cell charges at the both of you, getting to about where the two of you are. You guys are shoved here and here respectively. And the bear's moved back as well. I gotta get damage for him. But BB, as you let out this thunderous roar, you know your sentinel is taking care of Iris, and you look as the cell charges at 6 and Liz, and Liz kind of gives them a heads up as 6 kind of immediately twirls as they're shoulder to shoulder before they both just brace their hands against the door and the wall. Heavy grooves dig into the wood as the cell moves, and you watch as the pair fight and push as the floorboards beneath their feet begin to crack and splinter upwards. Chunks of wood from the pair of them getting shot across the space behind them like buckshot.
So,
Let me.
How'd the bear mimic do?
Not good.
Okay, I get. Okay, so this is where my mind is at the moment. This like bear mimic that has barely done anything. See what I did there? Like the image of like his token here is like he's sitting all cutely, right? Like
Yeah.
his legs out, hands on the floor. Has not really done a damn thing this whole fight. Hasn't been able to.
Yes.
Liz has been kicking his ass. And
Side
then
chatter.
yes.
Finish it up. Let's keep.
Sorry. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just
No,
tickles
yeah.
the shit out of me that he's getting his ass beaten.
Oh yeah. But as the two of you begin to brace, and the cell comes to a stop, you notice that where the designation for the cell that has crumbled away, just a little bit of rock, you can see some of the iron reinforcing further in. there is a large smear of mimic guts across the front of it, and Vale, you can see that the guts actually extend past the cell on the floor as it is fucking steamrolled.
That just makes it better.
Well,
Beat
turned back into a rug.
What an unbearable death.
God damn it. Alrighty.
It was grisly.
Thank you. That being said, we'll get to the 3 remaining mimics. The chair and bookcase will make attacks against you, Ruby.
The couch, if it failed, is prone.
Yeah, it'll use some of its movement to get up. It's got really shit movement, but it's still got enough.
Just reminding.
No, yeah, you're good. Appreciate it. Ooh.
I don't like that. Ooh.
Another nat 20.
Jonathan?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Jonathan?
Are you sure?
You using silvery barbs? Alrighty. So go ahead and reroll the couch's attack. That is a 6.
Go ahead. I'm gonna say Liz gets it again.
Yep, you'll be able to see Liz's wing and shoulder, so there'll be enough to be able to give her the bonus. That is an 18 to hit from the bookcase and a 16 to hit from the couch, since it's no longer nat 20. Fuck you, Vale. I'm gonna have a little fun with this. You take 8 damage from the bookcase and a whopping 4 damage from the couch. How are you looking? So for a total of 12 damage between.
Sitting on 18.
Okay. So as you finish with your hentai spell and you see all the mayhem that has erupted since, with the cell charging forward, you're caught a bit off guard as you're smacked in the back of the leg. You begin to stumble as the couch kind of lifts its corner up on its side and swings forward, biting into your arm, which actually reminds me, bite actually has an additional damage. You take 3 acid damage on top of the 12 bludgeoning, or bludgeoning / piercing. But as you get bit, it begins to release its jaw, and you kind of pull your arm back real quick, your blood beginning to trickle down your shoulder. And in the back of your mind, I was like, well, this is interesting. I was going to do something. As your patron's voice chimes in briefly as a little bit of side commentary. Let's see here. Let's see how the mimic does with its chat. Ooh. Okay. God damn it. I'm gonna have to make up a DC save for this. Okay. Okay. So I agreed on the dice having a DC dex save of 13. For your little caltrop trap there, Will. Problem is, it rolled an 11 and only has +1 to its dex. So you watch as this armoire charges at you, the body dragging most of the weight. As you can see, some of the legs of the armoire itself is kind of beginning to move forward. And as you're getting ready for brace, you see the humanoid figure, this pale mass of flesh, puts the hand right on one of your D6s. And the D6 just skids out, moving his hand off to the side, and you watch as the armoire just tips over and crashes into the fucking floorboards. It is knocked prone.
And that is why people always say to watch your step.
Do me a favor and roll a d6 of damage. And it'll take that as
You know
it
what?
falls here.
I'm gonna use one of my bone dice.
Go for it.
And it got a 5.
Nice. Yeah,
I sent you a question in DMs.
gotcha. 1 second. All right. Mimic's turns are done. Okay.
And above it, just above it. 2.
We'll see, because this creature that you guys have been fighting is getting a little antsy. And 2 people just made themselves a target. So,
When I say next turn, this turn coming up, its turn is already
no, I know, but remember this thing has meant for legendary actions.
fair. Used.
Yes. So, Ruby and Vale. Between the 2 of you, decide who gets odd and who gets even.
I'll take odd. You can have even if you want, Root Betty.
Vale will have even.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. That is odd.
Oh, yay. Great. Love that for me.
So, now comes the complexities of the fearful change of this creature. Anyone who is within melee range, which would be Liz and 6, I need strength saves from you. And I need a wisdom save from you, Ruby.
Okay.
No fucking way, dude.
See that 20 again?
Another one?
Yes.
I got
What
an
the
18 this time.
Hey, hold up. Like, I'm copying and pasting this to you. Here.
Okay. What did you get, Liz?
18.
Okay, you both save, luckily.
Wisdom save?
Wisdom save from you.
That is an 18.
18. 18 does save.
Hang on.
So,
Wait, would I have an advantage on that wisdom save, on that strength save, I mean? With silvery bars? Is it the next save or check?
I believe it's the next save or check. Let me just double check. I think it lasts around.
I can just set it to the.
No, you're good. I already got it.
I'm just curious because I was hoping to save it for an attack, but
Yeah, the chosen creature has an advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes within 1 minute. So yeah, you would have to use it against this save. So
well,
unfortunately,
that's
Sylvia
natural
Barb's. Alrighty, nicely done.
25.
So as the 2 of you have braced against this cell, you feel the texture beginning to shift, and you immediately draw your hands back, and you all look, and in its place is a vacant, rather rustic cart, despite having ornate trimmings. It's distinctly, at least somewhat ad Valoran, if not maybe one of the outer reaches. And all of you see from deep within this one spot of wood in the center beginning to glow brighter and brighter, similarly to Liz's flames, before the entire thing turns over and engulfs itself in flames. Luckily, Lism 6, you are not victim of its reapplied adhesion. And Ruby, in the back of your mind, just as quickly as you hear your patron's voice comment, you hear, "Oh no." And you hear two voices screaming for you. Not into your head, but for everybody to hear. "Zephyr, where are you?" And all of you see from underneath the cart two bodies heavily burned, distinct enough to be humanoid, possibly Genasi, as they begin to crawl out from underneath. Both sets of eyes focused on you, Ruby. You are able to shrug off the fear, but you know these people, or at least who they used to be. And with that, we'll get to Six's turn.
It's on wheels now.
It's over
On its side. It's on
Oh,
its side.
It's on its side.
It looks
And
like
on
it's been.
fire.
It looks like it's been raided.
Got you. Got you.
Yay, new mechanics.
Fuck you.
Random question.
Hmm.
Would any of this be considered an attack on an ally that I can see?
No. It would.
It's an effect.
I know. I was merely asking so that I could get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I feel ya. I feel ya. I'm gonna cast a spell.
Excuse me?
I cast Fist.
Okay.
And I'm gonna need a strength save from this thing.
Okay. Let's see here. That is a 17 on the die, plus 3 for
Yep,
dirty 20.
that's enough. That's enough. It beats it on the die.
Okay.
But let's see here. That's a 19 to hit.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
It still takes an additional 1d6 as, a consolation prize.
Yay! Participation trophies.
Yeah, right? For 17 damage.
17 damage. Okay.
And is a vehicle a construct?
It is. So that is 34 damage.
Rather, sorry, object. Vehicle's object, not construct.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's about a pain, so 100, so 83. Okay, yeah, because I wasn't sure. But yeah, double checking, a vehicle does not count as a construct.
Yeah, no, it's I auto crit on objects, not constructs. That's why I misspoke because you said construct earlier.
Well, yeah, it was a construct of a physical object, and while this is a physical object, it's not necessarily a construct. That being said, Six, since you punched it, I need a dex save.
Okay. For the fire.
For the fire.
Okay. I'm pretty good at those. 18.
18 does save, so you do not take fire damage as you kind of punch into the flame. You see some of the embers shoot back across your arm, but you're able to duck your arm out of the way.
Let's see here. That was my first hit. Yeah, I just got a yeah, it's just my unarmed strike.
Okay.
Let me get back over here. That's a 22 to hit on that, and it's 6 damage, up to 12 for auto crit.
Yep. And I'll need another dex save since you punched it again.
Yes. For 20.
That saves, no fire damage. Okay. So with that, Liz, you're up. Unless you want to move 6, but I highly doubt it.
Hell no. I got my girl next to
Okay.
me. We got this.
Hell yeah.
Fist bump.
Okay. Finally, I'm going to use my bonus action.
Okay.
I am tired of this thing. Heretic killer. I mark it as a heretic.
Fuck yes. Drop into the roll 20. Remind me what it does again.
So I actually have a request, but I'll leave it for later because it doesn't affect me now.
Okay. So
I just get advantage.
That's what. Yeah, you get advantage. Okay.
Okay. So in that case, I'm going to roll to hit.
All right.
My
Make your
longsword.
attack roll. Hell yeah. Make your attack roll with advantage.
16.
16. Does hit.
Okay.
Barely. Go ahead and roll damage.
Another 6 damage.
Another 6 damage. Okay. Haha, 6. Okay. So, you got anything else you want to do?
That's my turn. I'm not moving.
Cool. I'll still need a dex save.
Dex save.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so good at... Oh, that's a natural 20.
Nice,
A total
girl.
of 20.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
These saves are coming in clutch. I'm loving it. So
Those wings coming in clutch. Dodge.
Just... No,
Yeah.
I don't dodge the fire. I fan it away.
hell yeah. Yeah. In it, having you and 6, this odd pairing side by side, having just trained the night before, you guys are in sync. And as you cut into it, you see the embers erupt into your direction and beginning to start heading towards 6 before you just with your wings as all the flames billow northward before settling back down. Top of the order. Iris, you are conscious. You are prone. You are heavily beaten. But you
Not
are
yours.
alive.
And yet the healing word nearly brought me back to full.
Oh shit! Even better. Good.
Yeah, it went straight. I'd have 22 max, and I was healed to 21.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Oh,
All right. So it'll be half your movement speed to get to your feet. But what are you doing?
oh, half my movement speed, huh?
Yep. The raven kind of helps you, like tugging on your coat with its claws, but it doesn't really do much.
She looks up at it for a second and... Bird buddy. Thank you. And she does get up.
It flies out the
Very-
window.
Surprisingly, she thought she'd be hurting more, but it's like... She had seen how how 6 actually, how the force of those hits, and she thought,
Mhm.
why am I... That's... But then she remembered the voice. Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, you're good.
She remembers that voice again. And help me save everyone. And she just kind of growls. Bonus action shifts. And
Okay. Taking on that form you found.
should I flip a coin or just roll for it? Because she's...
This is your choice. If you still want to be more feral Iris, or if you want to adopt the form that you have, that you acquired, it's up to you.
I'm actually gonna roll because this is the first time she's done it since then.
Okay.
So just odds. Okay, so she just shifts and starts moving, but she's the new form.
Ooh. Okay,
Like
so I
she,
believe.
this is more out of instinct than anything.
Gotcha. Okay, so with your movement,
That would be
uh,
35 now.
you're 35. So with half, we'll round up so you can get to right to the doorway right there.
All right, so she'll move right to the doorway, and I can see. What can I see from this point?
We will get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Will, what's your passive?
I think it was, yeah, 14.
Okay. Out of the corner of your eye, you just checked on Iris. You kind of turn to look, and you can see a little this humanoid figure that's mostly Iris. Her eyes are a different color, sharper orange, the sclera dark black, pupils smaller. Her white hair that tends to be shaggy is now slicked back into her cloak. You can see an odd dark purple pulse coming from under the hood, silhouetting her face. You can see a little bit of tendrils. I need a wisdom
Iris?
save.
Okay. Five.
5. You are frightened of Iris. Not enough to coax your alter ego out, but in the midst of kind of having this little light chuckle, you are immediately stricken with fear. That being said, Iris, what do you want to do? What do you got for your action? You can see pretty much everything from your vantage point now, as you're slightly drifting across the floorboard.
Well, she's up, and she's angry. So, she is going to grab the under wand out of her cloak,
Okay.
and tapping it, she's going to twin a firebolt. One for the prone guy right next to Will, and the other one to the couch that's just across the way.
Fuck yes. Now, if I'm not mistaken, ranged attacks against prone creatures,
Do have disadvantage.
they
Yeah.
do have disadvantage. Okay. All right. So make the attack roll against the prone armoire at disadvantage, and make the attack roll against the couch as normal.
Right. So okay. Okay, so for the couch, it was a 19,
Hits.
and for the armoire, that was a plus 8, 8 plus 6. That's 14.
14. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage for both.
All right, so firebolt is 2d10, 1d10. Sorry. Okay. That's a 9 for the couch, and a 7 for the armoire.
7 for the armoire. Armoire is purple. Cool.
And
Now,
go ahead.
no, let's go ahead and finish what you're saying. I'll just mention this after.
Yeah. So because they're not flammable objects though. So
Here's the
So go
thing,
ahead.
though. They are trying to be. And
So,
this
go.
nest has these mimics, while for the most part have been normal. You have found the normal mimics' vulnerabilities as they have not matured. So all of you will, especially, you just feel the heat of this. As you kind of just see this hybrid iris in the corner of your eyes. The rest of you watch as this figure begins to drift out from the room that Iris and Six had gone into. You know Six is in the main area. But this figure, heavily cloaked, that dark purple pulse coming from under the hood, you can't tell if it's Iris. And as they brandish a familiar wand, the clouded white gemstone that was at the end turns into a deep crimson ruby red. And as this entity passes their hand over it, you see two balls of fire begin to emanate out of the hand before they launch across the space. The couch is immediately engulfed in flames, the cushions burning, Guttural screaming as it is killed outright due to its low health in its fight against Ruby. The armoire muffled, screaming into the floorboards from the second floor, echoing down into the first floor out across the space. And that gnawing sensation. You get another memory, Iris. Bit darker, but you feel strong and you're able to move a couple more feet. And you move to the banister. As you unknowingly drift towards the banister as you admire this change to your underwand, this surge of power, the scent of mimic blood now in the air. And that memory flashes. There's the intense gnawing sensation, the drilling into the back of your head. You hear your father's voice in this dark chamber that you were once held victim to. I'm sorry. I should have been there. I'm sorry. And the intense drilling intensifies further and further. You can hear the survivors of the assault that had been captured with you, the ones that barely made it out alive, calling out to you, pleading. I need you. Let me look this up. Where did I put those? There it is. I need you in your intenseness. You are going to use your reaction. Range 60 feet. Let's see here. Range 60. Measure.
Oh shit!
I need
Jesus.
everybody with. And that includes
Oh.
the cart, which it's not good at.
What did you want us to roll? I think you cut out.
You cut out.
Wisdom save. Everybody except Will.
Roll 20 or just normal chat?
Normal chat. 30-21. Okay. Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Liz,
Liz nat
reroll.
one.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, no,
okay.
Can you see
Yeah.
Wait. No, it's.
You,
I don't.
if
Do I need to see her?
you you
She's out of
see
range
within.
anyway.
Yeah, you'd have to see her, and she has to be within range. Unfortunately,
Sorry,
not.
dear.
Alrighty. So it looks
It'll be
like
fine.
everybody, with the exception of Liz, succeeded.
It'll be fine.
It's probably fine.
Why
We're
is it
basically
always
gods.
Wisdom saves? Why is it
No.
always wisdom saves?
I'm knocking on wood what Angel said. Jesus, woman, you're trying to get us killed.
Okay. So, Iris, roll
Yes.
7. Roll 7d6.
What?
Let me know the total.
How many? 76?
Yep.
Alright.
Fuck.
That's 26.
26.
Fuck.
I have to ask Liz, what's your hit point at?
What's my total? I'm at
Your
full health
total.
still. I haven't been hit.
All right, full health. Okay.
I'm at
43. Okay, that makes me feel a little less guilty. So, because you nat one, Liz,
Mm-hmm.
you will take double.
26 times
Everyone,
2?
26 times 2. Everybody else, you take half damage, so you take 13. And ironically enough, this does, in a way, kind of save you to a degree, Liz, because had you still been conscious, you would be incapacitated. But all of you watch as this entity's eyes intensify and glow brighter. The smell of blood is almost exciting. And you see a streak of psychic energy bury itself into the floorboard before there's a radial explosion of psychic energy. You all take your respective totals in psychic damage. For those that did save, which is Ruby, 6, and Vale, you are not incapacitated. Unfortunately, Liz, you are knocked unconscious. And Iris, amongst all this ruin in what was once your home, there is a challenger to your strength, as the cart received no damage. It is
And that's
immune
more
to
in everyone.
and
Go
that
ahead.
it is immune to psychic damage.
And
That
that's
is
in
the one.
everybody's mind. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the enjoyment, but everyone that remained conscious that was victim to this, you would hear Iris.
You cut out again.
Cut out.
Oh, I think we lost him. Oh, hang on, honey. John? John, you're shitting yourself.
Yeah, I'm aware. I can hear you. Hold on.
Okay.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
We got
There we
you.
go.
We got you.
Fucking hell, it's been fine all session. Whatever. But yeah, all of you that remained conscious through this friendly fire, you would hear an excited chuckle and growl and Iris screaming bloody murder as if she's being tortured. And Ruby, as you hear these screams, as you kind of recoil, you see that these figures that are so implanted in your memory, their bodies begin to shift towards Iris. Vale, you're up.
Quick question, hun. Oh,
Hmm?
what about the bookcase? Bookcase took the hit.
Bookcase was out of range. Let me just reconfirm. That was there.
No.
Yeah, bookcase is just out. Yeah, it's just out of range. It's a 30-foot radius on a point Iris can see.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and BB's kind of just like right on the cusp of it. But yeah, bookcase. Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Like, honestly, that thing's been, like, way off in the corner. I totally forgot it was there. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, I've been trying to make sure to remember it. But yeah, Vale, you're up.
Okay. The question about how spells are counted, is it from me as the starting 5 feet plus the additional, or is it in front of me? If it's a range.
Shoot me the flavor of the spell.
I'd like to break things apart. Shatter them, if you will.
That.
Oh, it's a point you choose.
Within
range.
Yeah, it's a point you choose.
Okay. So. Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on
Yeah.
here.
Point you can see within 60 feet. 10-foot radius sphere.
Yeah, but it's the radius that I'm trying to get. I can only get one of
Yeah.
them. Okay. That's okay. Maybe it's gonna go ahead and scream at the wagon, and bonus action afterwards, they're going to cover themselves in
I need the spell flavors because I know you're trying to speak in code.
No,
But
I'm trying.
I need a little help.
Shatter for the cart, and then I'm trying
Alright,
to think.
Shatter.
Sanctuary is the other one. They're gonna create a ward around themselves.
And this is just the spell or the?
They're both spells. One's a bonus action and one's a action.
I thought they were both
Can I
action.
do that? Sanctuary is not
hold on. No, I stand corrected. Sanctuary is a bonus action.
Mhm.
No, yeah, you'd be able to do that. You have the economy for it.
Okay. Then yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and frame with the cart, and then instantly protect myself with a shield of bone and wood and everything.
Okay. All right. So as you, what's the effect for shatter? We'll knock that out first.
A 3d8
But,
thunder
yeah,
damage on a failed save.
What's the save again? Con, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Ooh. I like that. I like that a lot. That is a 21 on the con save.
Okay. Still takes half.
Yep.
But it's thunder. Does that
Yep.
count? Okay.
Yes.
Please. Let me do my addition here. My brain stopped working a while ago.
All good.
20 and 20, but that's not halved. But
Yeah.
20.
Yeah. Yeah, because it saved, but it's a construct. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then you are going to use Sanctuary. Okay.
Mhm.
So, Ruby, as you're staring down this object, these people of your nightmares, there's that psychic blast, and just as quickly as you're trying to recover, you hear BB shout again, that echoing, shattering, focused directly onto your fear, fighting for you. Just blast of ember and charred wood as some of the wood begins to scatter across the tavern, trying to catch flame to the ash and dust that coat the floor. And as you kind of look to see BB, you can see that BB's snagged a chunk of wood, and you can see a slight little bit of flash of silver as there is a mirror in her hand. And does the vocal and somatic components to get sanctuary off, focusing on themselves. Vil, that is. Are you going to move it, or is that it?
It follows me, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'll move. Come on, let me grab my token. Let me grab my token. There we go. I can't help you too much, but I'm gonna come up here.
That'll do, Donkey. That'll do. My turn.
BB just strolls up trying to order a drink. Yeah, you're up, Ruby.
Great. I'm on 2 HP, y'all. I'll look at the wagon. I'll look at the wagon, and I'll just glare at it. You are nothing but a cheap imitation and a sad trick. And I'm going to go ahead and cast. What do I want to cast? I know what I want to cast.
Okay.
Let me go find it. There it is. DM John.
Are you DMing it to me?
Yep, don't say that name.
Gotcha. All right. Helps if I could spell.
Are you needing what?
Yeah, for the first one, I already know what the other one does.
Fuck, that's like one of the ones I did not print out. Okay, I have to go open it.
Oh, I got it. Just loaded. You're good.
I got it.
Ah.
You need a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot about that feature.
Okay. That is not a great save. Yeah, that is a 10 on the die, minus 5 on his wisdom. So it fails.
Yep.
Wow, -5.
And it's taking damage already.
Yeah, it's a cart. Yes, it has.
Great. So that's that is 15 damage.
15.
Mm-hmm.
It is only a D12. You are not level 5, so it is only 1d12.
Hang on. Jiminy. Oh wait, then never mind. Screw that. I just remembered. Never mind. You're good.
So you're still doing this spell? And just okay.
Yeah. 12. And then
Hey, top
another
mark's good.
another 7. Not to the damage thing, for the other thing.
Okay. BB, in your franticness with all this extra mayhem that's coming, the dark figure standing up on the second floor, you instinctually continue your aid in helping Ruby, and as you kind of clamber up next to the bar, standing looking up at her, between her legs, coming out of her blouse, what looks to be a small solid gold medallion being held by a rope and a very small rotting hand, before there's a ong, and then it echoes across the space before vanishing back into her blouse, and you look up seemingly completely oblivious. Ruby is continuing to consume that silver green water that pours out of her hand. Are you gonna move at all, Ruby?
No, because if I move, that guy's gonna tap my ass, and I don't want him touching my ass right now.
Fair enough. Will, you're up. You are frightened. Let me just go over the condition. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is in your line of sight. Mechanically speaking, she is to your back, so it wouldn't necessarily trigger that. And you cannot move closer to her. What do you do?
So no whiz save.
As near as you can tell, she has no interest in you. If you want to pursue continuing to attack the mimic that is now beginning to burn, is a bit charred in front of you, you can.
Yeah.
You can step closer to the mimic.
Actually, I'm gonna stay where I am and just knock another bolt.
Okay, just knocking another arrow, just trembling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right.
he's just mumbling to himself. I'm down and think. I'm down and think.
Okay. Iris, you hear this. This man you've been traveling, this man you've grown to admire, at least to you now, is nothing more than a coward. And with that, we'll get to the cart. The cart, being egged on by its chosen visage. I need another wisdom save from you, Ruby.
Yay! Oh shit. 11 the wisdoms. 22, 30.
Apologies. This is your focused fear, so it is actually a disadvantage. That's on me.
You rat bastard. I love my dice, and my dice love me. That is still a dirty 20. 17 and 19.
30, 20.
Read 'em.
Okay. Okay. Cool. 30, 20. All right. So as you finish this drink, at least knowing your patron came to your aid while you're a little bit on the defense, you hear those voices beckoning you to join them. Zephyr. The body's still focused on Iris. There's a shadowy figure up in the second floor, but the hands are clawing into the woodwork, and it begins to give up on you. At least for the time being, it's lost interest. The only mimics left are still the bookcase and the armoire. So the armoire is going to get up and attack you, Will. That is a 16 to hit on the bite attack.
Okay. Meets it, beats it.
Does it hit? Meets it, beats it. Okay. You take 6 piercing damage and 6 acid damage as you watch it grow closer. The mouth in the back of the armor begins to disappear, and the humanoid figure turns its head. The skin's opening up, sharp, jagged teeth just sinks into your shin. The bookcase is going to make a bite attack against you, Ruby.
Fuck.
That is a 23 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. That is 5 piercing damage and 7 acid damage.
I'm down.
You're down? Okay.
I'm down.
You watch, BB, as you're watching, trying to process this, it isn't until the last minute that you see the bookcase, the mouth shifts up the form and splits wide, books on either end, rows of teeth as it folds down and just engulfs the top of Ruby and just crunches into her chest and abdomen before there's a hefty spit and Ruby's unconscious body falls onto the bar. Six, you're up. There is now a dark, shadowy figure, their head silhouetted in dark purple. Will is being attacked. Ruby just went down, but there's still this burning cart in front of you.
Does the cart seem more focused on Ruby?
It lost its interest in Ruby. Is now focused entirely on Iris.
Got you. So it's not focused on.
The
It's not focused on me and Liz right now.
Yeah, it's kind of scraping as it begins to turn.
Great.
The heads are trying. The bodies that are. Yeah.
So I'm gonna swing a leg over Liz, kind of like a foot on either side of her shoulder, reach under between my legs and grab the collar of her coat and combat drag her way the fuck over here.
That's your full move speed. Oh, why is it
As
still doing a
far
circle?
as I can, yeah.
Uh,
My browser's lagging, so
okay.
there we go.
Gotcha. For clarification, your full move speed, if you are... I will say this, Liz, if you want to burn your reaction to willingly be dragged, 6 won't suffer a...
Liz
Oh, wait,
is
no, you're unconscious.
Yeah, Liz is unconscious.
Yeah. Apologies. I need a strength check from you to cart her that far, otherwise it'll be half your movement speed, unless you want
Okay.
a bonus action dash.
Fair enough. I'll give it a shot with the strength check you said.
Yes.
Okay. One sec. Come on. 23.
23.
Yes.
That is enough. 6 is a big girl. It was going to be a 20.
I'm strong as fuck. She's strong as fuck.
Strong as fuck, boy.
She lifted a prison cart off of this woman. But for my...
Oh, I know.
So, quick question for you, DM. You know how, like,
Yes.
when we return to town, we're able to, like, restock on, like, spell components, ammo, things like that, right? Do we
Uh-huh.
do we also like get basic first aid kits?
I would say you have a first aid kit to stabilizer. Iris is the only one that's holding potions currently.
Okay, I would like to attempt to stabilize Liz at least. Like, I know it's like psychic damage, so I'm gonna go with like a smelling salts to at least like bring her back. This my idea isn't necessarily bring her to 1 hit point where she's up and alive, but at least stabilize.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Alrighty. 17.
17. Let me see if there's a general rule.
I think it's up to DM discretion, honestly, for something like this.
Yeah, I just want to see if there's one at least.
Yeah, like an actual like rule on it.
I am not seeing anything. Mark, are use out of the medicine pouch. So you get 10 uses out of every med kit.
Okay.
So you're down to 9 out of 10. I'm not seeing a general ruling. So we'll say the checks for this type of thing from now on are 15s. So you do succeed. Liz is stable, but still unconscious technically.
Okay, that's fine. I just need her stable. Don't die on me, Red. I'm at my full movement. That is my action. My only bonus action is an unarmed strike, so I can't even use my rope dart, even if I was in range. That's my turn.
Okay. Iris, this intense gnawing sensation is getting more and more intense. You're almost able to shrug off these memories of torture, the screams of your father, the screams of your friends trying to beckon you back to sanity. And you turn and you see Six dragging Liz's unconscious body closer to the stairs. You pay no mind to it. If they can't stand up to us, who will? What do you do?
Considering that I noticed that I did notice that the psychic damage did not work, right? That big
Yep.
spell.
Yes, your mind is cranking at a mile a minute. You clocked it as soon as the spell made contact with the wood.
She trying to concentrate on her group, and she also saw that Ruby went down, right? As well.
Uh-huh. Yep, Ruby is down. Will is nearly pissing himself next to you. And Liz is down and Six is trying to secure her. But there's a challenge in front of you, and you relish in that idea.
Another deep growl comes out of her. And then she prepares another firebolt and twinning it again. But she also is going to pair one to the armoire to try and help Will get free. And Will hears it in his mind. It's like, leave him alone. And then the second one goes to the shifting blob. So I'm twinning
The
twinning
shifting blob.
Yep.
You mean the cart that's
the
still
challenger?
the cart?
Yeah. It said that was starting to change and look to me, so it was like it might be starting to shift. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So one to the cart and one to the armoire.
Oh no, yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me
another...
an attack roll for both.
Right. Ooh, to the armor, that's a natural 20.
Nice.
And then that's that's 24 for the other one. For the main
24
target.
does. Yep, that does hit. Go ahead and roll damage, and then double the damage on the armor.
So that's a 12 to the armoire, and a 5 to the to the cart.
Okay. Let's see who's 6 in Vale. You two are the ones that are still conscious. You
Will?
watch as yeah, but Will's facing away and he's terrified, so he's not even gonna try to look. But yeah, down in the main foyer, the two of you can see that glowing light coming from the stairs again. The gem is now burning even brighter. This is becoming clearer and clearer, more like a blood ruby than anything. The twins, small motes of fire, lifting into the air at the end of Iris's hand. Vale, with your passive perception, you can finally get a decent look at her. While most of her face near the eyes is still the Iris you know, from the nose down are tendrils. Her eyes have changed a different color, burning orange like the flames. Her skin is heavily varicose veins all the way up her arm. And the firebolts fly out, one swinging back around and plunging into the armoire, killing it. The other one shooting across the space. Of course, it's going to be tricky right here. Hold on. Come on. No. Sorry. Discord, Roll20 is lagging a bit. There we go. The other one shooting across the space, shooting clean into the canopy. Vale, you can hear these screams, still calling out for Zephyr as the flames intensify and begin to burn away more of the wood. But they're still focused on Iris. Iris, I need another wisdom save, this one at disadvantage, as a very intense memory, one that's been altered, plunges into your head.
Wisdom, alright. That's a 7.
Ooh. Okay. As you relish in this continued assault, these people fleeing, this man that you know and how a coward, familiar voices into your head. No distinct imagery, as you can't quite place it, having the memory been altered by someone, something. And it's scathingly directed at you. You recognize the voice of the gruffer blonde man. The sounds of your father being beaten. What the hell is cardiomorphosis? Just punches into the head. Blood being spattering across the grass. The red-haired kitsune. this shifter, as near as you can tell, this fox girl, back enough. You can see what I see in them. Yes, she is an affront to nature, but that doesn't mean enough. And just continues to hammer into your. He continues to hammer into your father. The sounds echoing. With that wisdom save, you are just able to contain another outburst of spell of your magical power, but the floorboards shatter beneath you. I need dex saves from you and Will. Because it is a 10-foot radius. Will, you don't have disadvantage because it's not a check. This is a save. So it's a straight dex save, both of you.
Okay. 17.
Okay. Will? Will?
I
Oh,
think
Will-
I'm typing it.
He's 15. Will said be right back earlier. Like just a few seconds ago.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. 15. All right. So, in this moment, and with your psychic energy emanating off you, for you, Iris, it's just a casual, quick shift downward in position. You're still hovering, but you're now on the first floor. Will, due to your training, being ready for assault, you get, even in your moment of fear, as you plummet, you grab a little bit of the shattered wood as it kind of bends before snapping. I need Iris, you take no damage. Will, you only take 4 bludgeoning damage as your knees almost buckle beneath you, landing on the first floor. How are you doing, Will? On hit points?
Typing.
Gotcha, as in. Okay.
Still have 4. I'm doing all right.
I still have 4.
Well, I love you. That's so nonchalant. I'm okay. I still have 4.
Vale, what are you doing?
Hey, I did it when I had 3.
Do I still have my bonus action though?
Yes, sorry, apologies. You, 20 does not cost a bonus action, does not, does it?
What? Say what? 20? No.
Okay, yeah, you still have your bonus action. Apologies.
All right. She's gonna look down at Will, shrug off her bag, and drop it, and in his mind says, "Heal them." Just drops her bag right in front of him.
Okay.
And then that's hold on. I'm trying to see what I got for spells left. I think I'm going to sack a level 2 spell so I can get some get a point back for.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right, so you're rekindling some of your spell to get your meta magic back. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. As you mentally yell at Will, heal them. He has no business being in this town. He doesn't deserve to be here in this moment. There's another screeching pain from that gnawing. No visible memory. Just your body strapped to some fleshy table, face down. Your father screams again and again. He has that continuous screams. I'm sorry. If you have to use it. And you, that'll be it. Vale, what are you doing?
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the wand made out of?
Not metal. It is actually highly polished wood.
Can I make a contested grapple check with a mage hand to take the wand?
You can certainly try.
I don't have enough to do what I want to do. That scraps my plan. I'm sorry.
Ruby is dying next to you, I might add. I just want to remind you.
Yeah, but like this is also Vale we're talking about. Oh, lucky her.
Yeah, this is entirely Vale.
Take your time, sweetheart. You're okay.
I'll be okay.
Okay. Who can I still see?
Everybody at this point. Nothing's really blocking your path.
Okay. Then I'm not going to. I'm going to yell at 6 to take the wand from Iris and give her inspiration to do so. Well, she can use it however she sees, but how I'm flavoring it. And as my bonus action, and then I'm going to hide back over by the door, and cast Shatter.
On the cart. Okay. Yep, Ruby, or not Ruby, Jesus. 6, go ahead and take an inspiration. And I need to make a con save for that cart. That is a 19 on the die.
It still takes half at least, which is normal.
Yep, because construct.
$22.
22 damage. Okay. Whew. Okay. Yikes. Still up, but damn. Ruby, death save, please. And you cannot use luck to reroll these. Apologies.
I'm feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. Oh.
Don't say it. Don't say it out loud. Message me the result. Oh. Well, I gotta look something up real quick.
I don't like that.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. This is good. Vale,
Yes.
as you as you inspire 6, you cast Shatter and run to the door. For the briefest of moments, for the first time in a while, you feel a little bit of guilt. And you turn to Ruby. And kneeling on her, kind of flipping over onto her back, you see this rotting, small humanoid figure, dark gray skin peeling away in places, thin red hair, heavily covered in vegetation. Entirely in common, and you're the only one to hear this because of your passive perception. You hear, "You're not allowed to die here. You're my cleric." And there's a light, and he's gone. Ruby, you're at 1 hit point with that nat 20 death save.
hell yeah!
Oh man.
That was fucking beautiful.
Noise
Hold up.
gate.
She's like noise gated. But
Hold on, class change?
With that,
No, it's not a class change, Angel. I can finally
it's not a
leave.
class change. For clarity's sake, she was and always has been a cleric. Will, you're up. What are you doing? This terrifying creature has told you to heal your friends, and you do not want to fight it.
He gets up, looks at how many potions are in the bag.
3.
He sees how many there are.
3.
He holds one
3.
for himself, and he proceeds to just run as fast as he could, not dash, but run to Liz.
Okay.
He then takes
Uh,
out the one that
sorry,
he held.
continue.
He then pulls a second one out, opens it, parts Liz's jaw open, and proceeds to dump it in her mouth.
Okay, so are you intending to heal yourself? Because remember, this is important, and there's a homebrew rule for potions. If you use your action, the entirety of the maximum hit points of that potion go into whoever drinks it. For a bonus action, you have to roll for everything.
Okay.
So if you're choosing your action to heal Liz and bonus actioning yourself, or 6, you'll have to decide who gets what.
I'm bonus actioning myself. I'm not drinking it yet. I'm just holding on to it because, you know, I was told to heal Liz and Ruby, so that means don't heal yet, not until you heal the others first.
Get her up. I'll take care of the kid.
So Liz gets Liz gets full hit points, which I believe is 2d4 plus 2. So Liz, you get 10 back.
oh great, I'm at a quarter health.
What are you doing for your bonus action, Will?
I am going to use cunning action to dash on my way to Ruby.
Okay, let me just clarify your move speed.
Quick question: is that
15.
still alive?
It is still alive. You would have just enough. Yeah, you would have just enough to get to about here. You wouldn't be able to get to the other side of the bar and kind of interpose yourself, but you can get here or here.
That's completely fine.
Okay.
Bless you, my goodness.
Salute.
No, thank you. Ouch.
Yeah, that sounded like it hurt. Carry on, Dungeon Daddy.
1 second, folks.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm getting a cough trap. And now for the final complexity of Fearful Change. Because it can be used on a turn, even though it's legendary action. It'll begin to move. The cart does not have much movement speed. To about here. And begin to line itself up with Iris. I need a wisdom save from you, Will. An intelligence save from Iris.
Thank God. You said wisdom?
Wisdom.
Natural 22.
Oh, Lord.
Hell yeah.
Nothing for kitty cat.
Natural 22.
Fuck.
Hell yes, you two.
I fucking needed it.
As this creature that's been shifting into your worst nightmares begins to move and focuses on you, Iris, the cart begins to crumble down into the space, forming into this flesh, eyes appearing, disappearing, reshaping to a bit of a humanoid figure. Will, almost immediately, you see a scar on its left arm. Iris, face to face, you see where the jaw is heavily damaged. And in this last moment, Iris, the voice of that monster enters your head. Finally, I found you. And in that moment, there's a long stretch of memories. You remember running out of the darkness, a silver light, a cave opening, sunlight. You remember running, panting, the panting of the exertions of combat deeper into the caves. This man you now realize as Beck, this Kitsune figure, and your father running in stride just a few paces back. You're the survivors ahead of you. And in this moment, I need everybody to hush. Seraph,
On it.
I really hope. Let me know when.
Three, two, one, go.
Okay. You remember running as you finally break into this opened field. You can see your home in the distance, and you immediately buckle to your knees. You turn and look back. You see your father being interrogated, brutalized by this man named Beck. It doesn't matter. Reika and I care for her. Where's Reika? And as that that's always clouded your mind begins to lift. You look to the cave and you can see your mother limping out. Those tadpoles heavily chewing into her body as she collapses at the mouth of the cave. And immediately the kitsune runs over, begins to try and pull these tadpoles off. And your father yells out, "Don't! It'll only make things worse." And he begins to shuffle towards his bag, and you can see a potion, mildly green, but mostly water. You have to give this to her, please. There's another punch to his face. Please, this is the only way to save her. I'll take care of it. I'll fix things, please. In that moment, there's a bit of a hesitation as the pair look to your father. And Beck snatches the potion out of his hand. As you pour it out, begin to entomb her in earth and vaporize it. It's the only way. And Beck walks over, hands the potion to the kitsune, and they begin to do an incantation in blood. The earth beginning to churn and surround your mother. And as you look at your mom, you remember this is the first time you've ever had your psychic abilities. The fear, the pain that she must be going through as she's trying to shift to cope with all the pain, willingly shift into her tigress form. You connect your mind to hers. And it's not, while there is pain, it's worry for you. And you can hear a Torshavan incantation coming from your mother's mind. The grass beginning to billow towards you as she's uttering some kind of protection. And as you stare in this moment, this fear, you feel footsteps getting closer as your father limps over next to you. And you realize you didn't have your wand as he places it in the grass in front of you. You know what you have to do. This is the only way. I promise we'll be together again. And as you begin to reach for it, all of you who are conscious, you see that Iris is completely engulfed in shadow as she begins to drift to the ground, this figure beginning to take shape in the distance, in the middle of the room. The vegetation outside the tavern beginning to glow, almost alien. A light blue, a beautiful blue. And you all see coming out of the shadow, Iris's hand is shifting again. And as you see the wand begins to separate into a small pitchfork-like shape, there's a mechanical device in the back of her head that begins to open. You have to use it. I promise everything will be okay. And Iris buries the wand into the back of her head. There's an intense rumbling of the earth as the light begins to grow more and more intense. The sounds of bones shifting, changing as she tries to crawl to her feet. The earth and wood cracking beneath her. You can see the white fur is shifted into dark black from her forearms, looking back towards her hand like sickles. Her hands now jagged paws as her feet begin to extend into that faux were tigress shape that you've all seen. Thick black tendrils connecting to the knees, to the top of the foot. And as she emerges out of the shadow, the last little bit of Iris's face begins to change as the muzzle breaks out. Her face entirely dark purple and black, where you're expecting whiskers, tendrils. Her eyes shift from that orange to a burning silver green. And you all recognize Iris. The flayed tigress shifter, sired by a mind flayer of the Underdark. As she stands down her father. And that's where we're going to end the session.
This song is still going. Wow. Yep, I have
Before we
given...
wrap,
Excuse me, sorry.
go-
I have given
Yep.
the credit and links in chat. Please, guys, go check out Nathan Wagner's music. He does a fantastic job. I listened to this on repeat for like 2 hours.
yeah, I absolutely love this song. This song is actually the whole reason that Iris's arc actually came into fruition. I will fully admit that. But yeah, that being said, a special thanks to Nathan Wagner. There is a very strong chance that some more of his material will appear in this campaign later down the line. Go check him out on Spotify, Patreon, YouTube. He has a Discord. Feel free to join. He loves creative energy, whether it be writing, music, etc. And we will see you all next time
Man, what did...
as Iris stares down this false visage of her father.
Hell yeah. Man, I am looking forward to that
Yeah.
already. Can it be like a go time? Like, no.
Is it Tuesday yet?
Right. Well,
Hi, everybody.
let me go ahead and sign off here.
Yep, I'm going to post the picture of the mind flayer, which, by the way, because I didn't quite clarify, it's the same mind flayer that attacked Will as a child.
I don't remember
that.
any of that. Of course,
I know what
wouldn't-
he's talking about.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I
But-
don't. But let me go
Yeah.
ahead and do my sign off here. All right, guys. Man, that was fun. I can't wait until, next session. Stick around for like 5-10 minutes here. We are going to raid off to a friend of mine. And they're currently playing Helldivers. So, yeah, enjoy that action. And we will see you guys next time. Love you tons and tons. Good night. And thank you for the follow, Lieutenant Jules. Have a good night, buddy.
People hang their heads in a world with no hope. People just trying to get by at the end of their rope. Rabid darkness tries to creep inside and lay down its claim. But a furious Sarah refuses to let it cause any more pain. Shotgun blasts ring out in the night. Angel the Seraph won't surrender the fight. The wicked deal out their suffering and dread. She pays them back in full with a fistful of lead. She reaches out with benevolent hands to those in need. Given a chance for life and love is a mission and a creed. A fiery guardian who knows what must be done. With a shotgun in each hand, she challenges the darkness to come. Shotgun blasts ring out in the night. Angel the Seraph won't surrender the fight. The wicked deal out their suffering and dread. She pays them back in full with a fist